Previously on Zero to Hero. In the previous episode, we made a ton of progress reobtaining essential early mid-game items, Zenite shards, tormented synapses, and primarily melee-focused gear. Starting us off in this episode, I was doing a bit of Yama with my good friend Juiceful, working towards my next oathplate piece when this happened. That is, wow, that's kind of insane. That is kind of insane. I was honestly shocked with how fast I recompleted Oathplate. This boss was very generous to me prior to getting hacked, and was continuing to be so. My log's disgusting. Wow. Having reobtained full Oathplate, I headed back to Araxor to get my third and final Noxious Halberd piece so that I can use it at Zulrah, now that Halberds could reach it. Here's my current log at Araxor for anyone that is curious. I've done roughly 1,000 destroys in search for the pet. Here I am, crafting the Noxious Halberd and checking out my melee gear. I'm just missing Ferocious Gloves and Ultor Ring to have what is essentially my bis for a long time. Now that I had full Oathplate and the Noxious Halberd, I was ready to begin grinding out Zulrah in search of the Magic Fang, Tanzanite Fang, and as a bonus, the Serpentine Visage. In this first Zulrah kill I'm showing, I actually ended up getting a decent PB using melee. I'm gonna let the full kill play out, but using melee at Zulrah with the Noxious Halberd is actually pretty chill and a lot of fun since Halberds being able to reach Zulrah is a relatively new change. I decided to do a bit of DKs in search of the Archer's Ring since one thing the hackers couldn't drop was a Venator vestige I had lying around from a recent bingo I participated in. A nice extra would be to get the Seer's Ring as well for the Magus vestige down the road so that I don't have to come back later for it. That is the first dupe Berserker Ring. Roughly 10 kills later, I get another drop. Not too long after just getting the Seer's Ring, I get what I was looking for. Also, here's my current log at DKs if people are curious about my RNG here. With the Archer's Ring and Venator vestige, I was able to make myself a Venator Ring and decided to do a bit of Hydra to start working towards the Hydra Leather and Hydra's Claw. One of the first drops I get starting Hydra up again is something that was a bit unexpected, but definitely overdue. As you can tell from the kill count in the chat box, I'm at 3499 KC, about to hit a new KC milestone of 3500 at the Alchemical Hydra. This boss genuinely puts me to sleep. From the previous episode, you know that I had begun working on completing all of the Yama contracts to obtain all of the pieces of the Purifying Sigil. This item lets you convert regular Oathplate armor pieces to its Radiant armor variant, a neat cosmetic upgrade which makes the dark rustic red of regular Oathplate turn into a more bright white color at the cost of 2500 ether runes for each piece of Oathplate. I was also just missing one more task to recomplete the Grandmaster Combat achievements, so I turned away from the sensory clouding contract for something a bit easier to re-GM, the contract of Forfeit Breath. Here I'm just going to let the final phase of Yama play out from that contract. In that first attempt, if you pay close attention, I actually ended up dying because I ran out of run energy rather than running out of hit points. I was still learning how to use the Mongo Kirby tiles, so I was pretty nervous during P3. This is now my second attempt you are seeing, and like the previous P3, I'm going to let it play out. I make some mistakes here and there, but I feel like I played it pretty well. Like I mentioned at the start of this clip, this contract only took me 2 attempts to complete. I had done some pizza contract practice runs with a friend of mine prior to these attempts, so I think that helped quite a bit in getting this done quickly. Here I'm reobtaining my Grandmaster status, which gave me access to 2-minute thralls again, which is some nice quality of life. Here I'm just reattaching the Gommel's hilt back to the Avernic Defender since I had to remove it when the Yama CAs came out. You ever try to wave skip but fail terribly at it? Well, I definitely did here while I was doing some Tombs of the Masking. Earlier in this video I showed a pretty fast kill using the Noxious Halberd at Zulrah. Well, here's another fast kill and another personal best for me. I got some more sensory clouding contracts and was feeling confident attempting it again. But, like all the previous attempts, it didn't go so well. Here I am, doing some Zulrah, hopeful that my first drop isn't an Onyx. But what do you know? My first unique at Zulrah is an Onyx. What a surprise, Jagex. Fast forward a little under 200 kills later, I finally get my first meaningful drop from Zora, and a sizable upgrade. Another 20 kills or so, and I get a drop plenty of people would kill to have. It froze my client for a few seconds here, the drop was so good. I was getting kinda tired of Zora, so I decided to continue my Hydra task. Here is my current log at Alchemical Hydra. I'm just missing the Hydra's Claw now, and then I can stop doing this task. I was doing some team TOA with friends and I had a clean Akka in Rage. Thought it would be fun to include this in here. This was before the most recent TOA changes, by the way. More Team Toa. In this clip, a friend and I forget to get our pickaxes, so we ended up having to do another cycle of mirrors. Where's my pickaxe? Failures! Failures! Go again, boy. Prior to the most recent changes that were done for the Tombs of a Masked, I was trying to get the most common uniques at Toa. The Osmumten's Fang and the Lightbearer, since they would later become more uncommon from higher scaled invocation raids, and it would allow me to do those higher scaled invocation raids once the proposed changes went live. It's literally never the back-to-back scam game. So I'm doing a raid with Zero Suit. We're at Warden's P2 and I get unbelievably chanced. Watch this. Oh! Zero! We're gonna fucking die! We're gonna fucking die! I think I did. I genuinely thought I was gonna fall over. I think I got hit at 2. I had a bunch of god eggs in my bank that I hadn't opened yet, so I figured I'd open them for the video. Looks like I wasn't going to get any evil chicken outfit pieces this time. Back at TOA and I had some terrible but funny deaths at Baba. Look at this. I wonder how I'll die this time. Maybe I'll catch a boulder with my face. Called it. I decided to run a solo TOA and what do you know, it's never a purple. But I did get a triple gold ore drop. Triple gold ore drop, holy fuck. That's cool, I guess. We hopped back to Zulrah and get another cool drop, but it doesn't mean much to me now. That's my second Magic Fang since starting Zulrah. Having completed the contract of Forfeit Breath earlier, I decided to give the contract of Divine Severance a try. I knew this one was going to be difficult because I lacked enough magic damage percent to one-shot the continuous void flares that spawned during this challenge. Here's how my first attempt went. This contract is definitely going to take some practice to get it done with my gear. In between all the PVMing, I was working on my remaining skills to finally max my account. Runecrafting, smithing, and agility. I end up getting the Rift Guardian while doing ZMI. Back at Team TOA with some friends, we're at Zebak and let's just say he has a light snack mid-raid. You think he likes the taste of crystal? We move on to the next raid and we start at Baba. Baba does its boulder special attack and I thought I was going to make it to the boulder in time. I started sprinkling in some Duke here and there to work towards one of my 2 remaining Soul Reaper axe pieces, and I get this while working towards that. Here I am crafting my Magus Ring, a nice magic upgrade for me. Back at Zulrah and I get the bonus drop I mentioned earlier in the video. Here I am crafting my Serp Helm and applying the recently acquired Tanzanite mutagen to it as well, and checking it out. Let's go! Now you know how I mentioned I was working towards maxing? Well, after grinding away my last 6 levels, I was ready to finally max my account. Roll the training montage. Well, that was fast. But on a serious note, this moment has been a culmination of roughly 6 years. I'm pretty sure I started this Ironman account back in 2019, but it feels like forever ago, I can't remember. Anyways, here are the final few moments before I use an XP lamp to get 99 smithing, and finally achieve max in all skills. Alright, it's go time! Go, go, go! Woo! Maxington! Go! Alright, go, get me out there! Over the next series of clips, it just revolves around me maxing, spending some time with my friends in game, and really taking in the moment as I won't be maxing again anytime soon. Here I am buying all the capes I'm going to need to make the max variants of the capes that I commonly use, the Infernal Cape, the Quiver, Magic Imbued Cape, Myth Cape, and even the Arty Cloak. Alright. Buy a couple. Oh, of course. Okay, I think I have enough. I probably have to buy another one. Let's go. I forgot to grab a max cape for the Artie cloak, so I had to run back and buy another one. Whoops. Got it. Well, back to Toa, I guess.